Hello, it's me, Ivy Weiss, and welcome back to another taste of late night inspiration. Tonight's quote reads, "Do the best you can until you know better, and then when you know better, do better." And that's by Maya Angelou. I really like this quote as I continue to work on growth within myself. So I want to really take it from a positive angle as I discuss those things that we tend to just kind of mess around with. And then when it becomes face value and when it becomes evident that the proof of us learning to do better is in our face, we still tend to sometimes not accept it. Let's talk about things like working conditions, your finances, your family, your children, just learning to deal with people in general. I know as all of us are working, many of us are employed and those retired, but those of us at work, we tend to do a lot of things that show that we're not working in teams. We tend to make decisions outside of collaborating with others. However, we have to work with others. And that doesn't make sense to me. When you know better and you see that when you come together, you get on the same mission with a common goal, then it all ends well. When you're at work, simple things to me like making sure that I work on my timing is important to me. Meet those deadlines. And I know this. And that's something that I'm working on because I know better. And that's what I'm trying. You work to do better. So on the job, make sure you're building those working conditions and working relationships that will help you, that will help your department, that will help your company grow. Because it's the right thing to do if you're talking about greater. What about finances? I know that's a real sticky and tricky conversation for many of us. I'm not the richest. And I tend to say, well, if I want something, I can get it. But that's not what it's all about. If you don't need it, stop spending all your money. Learn to work on those financial things like saving, having a budget every month that you're trying to stick to because it is the right thing to do and it makes things flow better. Paying your bills on time. I'm not always perfect with any of this as I continue to struggle with a lot of this. But I realize now how important it is. And I got to do better. And I try to instill that into my son. Do better. Work on these things because it will make it a better life for you. And it won't leave you with a whole lot of stress. So work on that budgeting. Work on that credit score. I know. And these things have been there. But you know better. You should do better. And what about your family relationships? We tend to get upset with each other and may not be speaking to each other for years. And I'm thinking, how could you be in the same city with your sister, your mother, relatives that you should be trying to mend and build relationships with, and you say nothing? You don't even know where they live. You don't even talk to them. You don't even ask about them. I think that sometimes we need to realize that it is our family that helps us. And it may help teach us some lessons. It may help us realize what we want to do and what we don't want to do. So don't just X out family and think that they're not important. We need to learn to mend those relationships with our loved ones because that's what gives us our strength. So when we're not mending relationships with family or just friends and people, we're holding on to that, and that's not going to make you feel good at all. So try to suck it up sometimes and be the bigger person and mend these things because it will make it better for you in the long run. Well, I think I've pretty much touched bases with what I want to say. But the last thing I really must know is how we carry ourselves, period. Sometimes we're out doing a lot of crazy things. We're out dressed inappropriately. We're speaking out of order and out of respect for ourselves. And when you know better, do better than that. Don't be out just doing the wrong things. Don't be around people building up these negative vibes and they think that, hey, something is not right with her. So work on doing better because I know we know better. Well, that's been it for tonight. I thank you for tuning in. Like, share, and comment. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. Until next time, night, night.